You know, Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch Esther at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
This is coming off as like she's promoting her show versus actually caring about what her husband wants and just disregarding what his opinion is. Like, who does this, especially in a married couple?
Yeah, like he's pretty much a meal ticket at this point in time.
Literally, I'm just doing this for you, so here, like, let me just show off our relationship.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, it's just painful to watch, honestly.
I mean, let's be honest. She's only relevant because of Will Smith.
Well, yeah.
Right? If Will Smith was to ultimately leave, she wouldn't be relevant anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just taking it like in a relationship aspect, right? Like if you're in a committed relationship with someone and they're telling you I'm uncomfortable, like, can you stop, please? And you still go ahead and do it and you post it on the internet?
Right. Completely disregarding.
What kind of disrespect is that?
The day after her 37th birthday, I hired a team to orchestrate her 40th birthday. I had hired a documentary team. I traced Mommy's family roots. Her 40th birthday was going to be my thing.
It was going to be a splash.
It was going to be a splash. Mary J. Blige performed. I debuted the film, all of that. It was going to be the thing that lifted her out of this midlife crisis. And it was going to be my deepest, most beautiful proclamation of love. And she's told me that the party was the most ridiculous display of my ego.
Ooh.
Crushed, right? And to this day, I know I was crushed because it was true.
But isn't it interesting that she's literally convinced him into thinking that it's his fault, right? The fact that he's planning and doing something nice. I mean, looking at his face light up as he's mentioning, right? How well he's planned for something and that, he's trying to execute it and things of that nature. And she's literally stomping on his feelings to make it seem like it's about him.
Yeah, 3 years of planning and money and resources and getting people together and all this stuff, going like her family roots, getting all this information to prepare something special for her. Yo, any other woman would have appreciated this so much. Like she would have, anyone who values somebody, right? Like, and someone wants to do something special for you, you would really be grateful for that.
I really didn't want to get married, but...
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
Well, Gammy, this is what happened. It was almost as if Gammy was like, you have to get married. So let's talk about the wedding. I was like, I never wanted to be married.
I don't remember that. I remember feeling very strongly and wanting you guys to be married. I do remember that.
Yes.
But I don't remember your rejection of the idea of marriage. I remember the rejection of the idea of a wedding.
I didn't want a wedding either.
She didn't want it,
I was like, I don't want to get married. And now Gammy done gone to Will crying about, I don't want to have a wedding. And now I'm being forced to have a wedding. When really, I just wanted it to be the two of us on a mountain because I was like, this is serious business.
Yeah, wedding was horrible.
It was a horrible wedding.
It was a mess. Jada was sick. She was very unpleasant. Wouldn't cope. But she was sick. She didn't cooperate with anything.
You were 6 months pregnant.
How are you gonna come on the table and the first thing that come out of your mouth, at least from this clip, is to say, I never wanted to marry you, directly to your husband?
And he's smiling about it.
And he's laughing and making this seem like it's a joke and it's all fun and games? What?
I don't think he understands what she's saying. She's literally saying, I don't want to submit to you, or I never had the desire.
I never cared for it, like,
to submit to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just did it just because. It was a because thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I mean, if you look at their marriage for the past 20, 30 years, however it's been, I mean, the proof is in the pudding, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, she doesn't respect him.
Yeah.
She's using his career as a come up,
Yeah.
or to perhaps resurrect her own career
Fair,
beyond movies and things of that nature. And it seems like she's just using him as a pawn at this point in time.
Yeah, it seems like this clip kind of brings it full circle in a way, because it's all this stuff about, again, all their relationship discussions that they've had over the years, and how she acted, obviously the infidelity with August and all this stuff, and how she's been acting throughout this marriage. Clearly, she never wanted to be in it anyways.
It seems like Jada's still in love with Tupac, the bad boy, right?
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Will Smith is not that dude. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But it seems like they're not compatible in regards to a relationship or a marriage, right? Will Smith needs to find somebody more traditional, more into the values of marriage.
Because that matches him.
Because that
right?
matches him
Yeah.
as an individual, right? And how are you going to compete with someone that's dead? You know what I mean? Like, he's dead and gone, but yet his ghost is still haunting you to this day.
Yeah, and it's also interesting how she says, like, because when she was explaining her case of, like, she never wanted to get married, just generally, like, she never liked the idea of marriage or weddings or something like that. That's what I think her mom was explaining. And I'm curious to know, though, if it was Tupac, would she have wanted marriage and weddings and all the additions that come with marriage?
Right.
And, you know what I mean? So I'm curious if that would have been different. It's just that she didn't necessarily want to get married to Will specifically, because it wasn't the guy that she truly, like, because I think she was, before it was said that, like, don't quote me on this, but Tupac was her first love or something like that, right? So I think if it was him.
And there was a letter from Willow.
Oh my gosh.
You guys, seen that letter? There was a letter that Willow wrote that pretty much the whole premise was her mother, Jada,
insert a clip of it or like
missed
a picture.
Tupac. Like, that's boggling to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just trying to imagine me. I have a child and my son is writing to somebody that's deceased saying that you miss that person.
Yeah.
And I'm here just alive and kicking.
And planning 3 years of events.
Right? Getting Mary J. Blige, investing tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, trying to be a good husband.
Yes.
And you're here lusting over a dead guy.
It's all a mess. It's a huge freaking mess. Like, I just, honestly, at this point, and I'm not an advocate for divorce and all that stuff, but at this specific situation,
you gotta walk away.
I'm just saying, all this mental health that is going
it's not
through with
worth
Will, and like, she disrespected him time and time again. It's like, how much are you going to take of this?
Right. And you know what the joke thing is? There's supposed to be a red table talk.
Oh, right? Coming out for this.
Where she's going to really address it and really start to unpack the slap and what she thought and so on and so forth. And I think there's a clip where she pretty much said that Will overreacted to the situation.
Oh, she said that?
She came out and said that. So she literally called Will out after he defended her. And she hasn't even done the table talk yet. You know what I mean? So
this is just a mess. Okay.
Anyways, guys, let us know what you think in the comment section.
Yeah, we want to know your thoughts on all this, like how it's been transpired and all that stuff.